Hey there, Wargamers, Justin Paint here, and today we're going to check out some Battletech. I'd like to welcome you guys back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you're new here, please alpha strike that like and subscribe button, and if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for continuing to tune in and help support what I do. That said, today I've got the Savage Wolf Prime, the new metal model from Ironwind Metals. Kelly Cottle picked this up for me from Gen Con, so I got it a little bit early. I think some of the online retailers have already got them, but at the time of filming this is the first opportunity I had to do the kind of cursory glance, so we'll get into that today. All right, guys, so I had mentioned that Mr. Kelly Cottle picked this up for me from Gen Con, and we wanted to take a peek at it. So this is the Savage Wolf from Ironwind Metals. It's fresh out. When this video comes up, I'm not sure if it will be in retailer's hands yet. It might be. It retails MSRP for 24 bucks. I'm glad that this is out. I think it's unfortunate that it hit metal first and did not hit a force pack. So when your Ill Clan book has, let me see if I can grab that real quick without damaging everything in my room. But when your Ill Clan cover book has really cool models on the front of it, you'd really think that they would release with those badass models when this book came out. So this book came out in, let's see, well, this was printed in Canada. That's cool. It wasn't printed in China. That's nice. But where's the actual production date? That says where it was printed, not when it was printed. Normally that would be like the inside cover. Am I missing the? Oh, there we go. Sorry, 2021. So this book was copyright 2021. It probably released in 2022. That'd be my guess. Somewhere in there, right? So you have this cover with these really badass iconic mechs from the Dark Age era. This is, well, leading into the Ill Clan, but this is a Shrike and this is a Savage Wolf. This is Malvina Hazen, and this right here should be Anastasia Krinsky, I believe. So, iconic. We just now got the Savage Wolf at least 2 years after the book was released, 3 years after it was copyrighted and printed, so that's assuming if I got my timeline right. But you have these iconic mechs from that era, that even that one too, the Iron Sparrow. I don't know if we've got new plastic ones. I don't have a plastic Warwolf. We don't have plastics of these. And then we got the premiums. We don't have the, like the Iron Sparrow. Don't have a plastic version of that. So you ended up with a lot of these stuff. At least we had metal versions of those, at least some of those, but not new updated ones. But this comes out years after the book with the new era they're trying to push. And then we get the metal model, which is fine, but the metal model costs almost what a force pack would cost. So if you were to get a 5-pack of minis right now, that's a star. I think that's about 35 bucks. For $12 more, you would get 4 more models, right? You would think that when your Ill Clan book came out, your flagship force packs that you would have pushed with that would have the models from the book in the era that you're now pushing. So everything was behind. It was like we could have delayed, got the force packs, or do the weird Kickstarter stuff they did, which is fine because we got models and products, but like it felt like strategy went out the window with these products. I accept no excuse that this did not have a force pack. I'm sure there's one planned, but this did not have a force pack planned for release to coincide with, again, this book that's pushing the current era up through Hour of the Wolf with Blaine and all his writing to bring the story there. This book coming out wanting to get players playing in this era, but then you didn't give us models to play in it with. And then in the Kickstarter with Mercenaries, which is supposed to take place in the Ill Clan, where, because all the fighting has happened and it's the rise of the mercs and the blah, 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 you would think that that would be a perfect time to have the new minis that are meant for that era. We obviously didn't see them, but then we got this. So I'm complaining about the price and when things should have released because I think this is cool, but I think the number of people that would have bought a Force pack or a Legends pack that had Anastasia Krinsky fighting Malvina Hazen as a 2-pack there, even if it's just those two, or maybe it's another 4-pack, and you got Anastasia, you got Malvina, you've got one of the Wolf's Dragoons dude, and maybe you've got Ward or something. Or if you don't want to have 2 Savage Wolves, you throw in another character, something like that. Maybe one of the Northwind Highlanders, because they're there. Maybe one of the Republic of the Sphere characters. It would have been a very cool box, or make it a box set themed, like here's the 5 iconic clan mechs, here's the plastic Warwolf and the plastic Wolf and the plastic Storm Wolf. All of those would have been great. But we get this thing that is going to sell, but those Force Packs would sell more. And if you want people paying attention to the current era, it would be good if they had products for minis for that era. Especially right now in the community with Battletech, where a lot of people are, you know, I'm a Succession War purist, I'm a 3052 purist, I'm a blah blah blah. It's like, okay, cool. But if you are wanting to push the envelope, you're wanting to push your new narrative, your new story, where the era is, the new Ill Clan, we need product. And the long wait from product announcement or us knowing the era has these dudes and to a new model was such a long time. At a minimum 2 years between that book and this. I would assume this design was done well before that. And then I have a sneaky suspicion we're going to see more another Kickstarter at some point. That's my guess. I hope we don't. I would rather them just start developing products, but we'll see. And maybe it'll have it. I don't know. Anyways, I digress. I've explained my thought process on that and why I think that the Force Pack would have been better, and this comes out after. But this is what we got. So let's get into it and check it out. I suspect I won't have any problems or complaints with the quality here. It's more of a, for the price, the average consumer would have preferred a Force Pack. So we'll pull out our parts here, take a little peek, see at what we got. So right out the gate, I'm seeing at least 2 different rocket housings, which is cool. Looks like the foot there. Okay. Got the arm. Okay, so there are the, looks like a hip assembly and a foot. So got a foot and then the hip on this one, and we have rocket left and right carriers here, and then ones with the, so these are 369, so that's probably ATM 9s, and then these are probably either Streak SRMs or ATM 6s, or I guess it could be ATM 3s because they're 36912. LRMs are by 5s, SRMs are by 2s, so you get the variety there. I really like this one, mostly because it's got the rear-facing housing, much like the stuff that I grew up with the Dark Age clicks. I think they changed the cap covers because the ones in Dark Age were a little different. But that's a small thing. I still like those. These are also nice too. They're nice. The depth is nice on them. When I go to build it, I'm not sure which one I will use. But that is nice. At least one of the benefits of Ironwind Metals is sometimes you get extra parts, and that is cool too. So I'm not knocking the quality of the Ironwinds. Mostly previously was knocking the availability of plastics for the customers. I think one of the other things that I have heard people give as a critique of this is not knowing which direction this is supposed to go. But that could be rectified with a render if they have it. I see we have gotten 2 other feet. So left and right foot, and this one has the toes curled a little bit. So if you want to have a little bit more of an action pose, you have the toe curled. Honestly, that's semi-useful, but a lot of times I'll just bend these anyway, and you get a little bit of bend. So no one's ever really noticed that it's not actually bent properly. I just bent it myself. Here are the gun housing arms, which are really nice. And we've got, so we've got mirrored ones. It's good. It looks like we've got some striation here, so that's probably going to need to be, you can see there's lines that go there. I don't know if you guys can see that on the screen, but there's lines there, and you can feel it when you drag your nail across it. I don't know if that is from the master, the mold still having that on it, and then them doing this, or if that's from something else, but that'll need to be filed down so that doesn't show up. That's usually something you get when you see 3D prints, which is why I mentioned the master. If they didn't clean the master before they did that, because then those would be present. So this looks like legs. Is that, no, that's probably arms. Yeah, so it's probably arms. Okay, so arms, maybe, probably, maybe. Nope, that's got to be feet. Oh, okay, got it. There's the arm pieces. So that'll go in there. Now, relative to the old Savage Wolf model from Iron Winds, this is much better. It's not super tiny. Those are a pain in the butt. If you've ever built them, you know they're a pain in the butt. I've built several of them. I've also built a couple of the Mad Dog, which I really hope that we get the Vulture Mark IV. Same treatment as this. Again, that's another iconic mech from the Dark Age that we need that. So yeah, this looks like the arm, and then your arm is going to drop in like that on there. Okay, and that would mean that these are the legs, and that means that that is going to interface with this, like that, I guess. Yep. Okay. Yeah. And then, so that'll interface there, like that, and then your foot will go on the end here. The thing that feels weird about that, no, there's got to be one other part to this. Yeah, so those arms, okay, yeah. All right, so looking at, there's the arms, this has got to be the leg part. Yeah, got it. Okay, so this will be the upper portion of the leg. I'm looking at actual artwork right now to figure this out. Upper portion of the leg, this is the lower portion of the leg, so it will mount in like so. Everything's just kind of, I'm trying to keep these on I wanted to keep them on the sprue, but we'll pop that off. All right, so this will mount to your hip, and then this is going to be the outer leg. Yep, like so. And then your foot goes down on the end of it like this, and you would position the foot in whatever way you want. So definitely get some modularity with it. You're definitely probably going to want to pin this bad boy, but the arm mounts and the housings and so forth for this are so much better than the previous Savage Wolf, though the previous Savage Wolf still had some endearing qualities to me. That said, before we end this video here, let's go ahead and get you a close-up of the cockpit. This right here is a little frustrating. I don't like when mold lines are coming across a cockpit, but hopefully the details are deep enough that you can scrape that off and not lose anything. That is a little frustrating. I would much prefer, sorry if that just got out of focus, I'd much prefer if the mold lines and stuff are areas you can't see or areas that are easy to clean, but when they go across a cockpit, it's like that's just, it's like the focal point of a Mini, and having any kind of mold line there is very frustrating. So, but all in all, looks good. This will probably be way easier to clean up than the plastics are. This is a pretty solid looking sculpt. It's just, it's a little expensive. So if you're looking at this and you're kind of on a hobby budget, I don't think you need a Savage Wolf so bad that you need to come out and spend 24 bucks. But I don't know when the plastics are going to come out. At some point, you know that's going to happen. So if you have the discretionary funds, you could pick one up. If you want to wait, you could probably spend those hobby dollars on getting more material to play the game with, because at $24 a model, in this case, for that value, like, it gets expensive. And if that's the difference between you getting in the game or not, grab you a force pack or two and save getting this until you're A, more comfortable with hobbying with metal, and or B, if the plastics come out, you can grab one of those. So I'm excited about it because I like Savage Wolf. I get to give you guys my honest review and critique of how I feel about this, and more particularly nothing to do with Iron Wind Metals, more to do with CGL's release schedule on why we got this before we got plastics, and why it took 2 years and we still don't have plastics for the dudes in this book here. I want to see plastic Savage Wolves. I want to see the Vulture Mark IV plastic. I want to see the Warwolf and the Wolf and all the token mechs for the Dark Age going into Ilclan. I want to see those. Same thing for Jade Falcons, with the Shrike and with the Jade Phoenix, the Eerie, the Gear Falcon, all of that, which I think some of those were leaked recently or hinted at coming, so we know we're going to get it. It's just the coals were stoked and hot and ready when the Ilclan stuff happened, when the Hour of the Wolf happened, and now the shift and the hype and the focus is somewhere else. So I feel like they missed an opportunity to take advantage of their marketing. And there you have it, folks. That is a first quick brief look at the Savage Wolf Prime from Iron Wind Metals. I'm really excited to see these out in the wild. Wish that there were some plastic versions that came out first, but it is what it is. If you have any thoughts, concerns, critiques about the channel, the product, anything at all, though, make sure you sign up in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. That said, that's all I've got for you guys today. If you want to help support the channel, check that description down below for all the relevant links to help add fuel to the flame and help support the channel and keep the content flowing. That said, that's all I've got for you, so it's time for me to go. On that note, folks, it's time for me to go. As always, keep rolling your dice, keep painting those models, and I will catch you guys next time. If you made it this far, you're probably a viewer that already hits that like button when you see a video come up. You're probably already a subscriber, and you probably jump into the comments down below to help support the channel, to help support that algorithm. But if you're looking for some other ways to help support the channel too, make sure you check the description down below. Maybe you want to pick up some paints from Monument Hobbies. That's my paint of choice. The Pro Acrylic line is chef's kiss, good stuff. Maybe you want to check out some of the offerings from Death Designs, where I work in my day job. We got plenty of 3D printed products, as well as MDF terrain, some of the stuff that I have designed myself and we play with here on the channel. And if you're looking to bolster your Battletech ranks, miniatures, and offerings, make sure you check out Bobby from Fortress Miniatures and Games. He's one of the main supporters of the channel as well, and supporting any of these companies helps support what I do and helps to ensure that I can continue to bring content to all of you. If you want to become a super supporter, I highly recommend you guys check out the Patreon. You guys get that extra little edge to help push more content out, and I really do appreciate that. And my ultimate goal on the channel is to continue to be able to not only put out the content we have now, but to get to a point where you can put out more content later, whether that be battle reports or painting tutorials or just more rambles, anything at all. I'd like to be doing more content for you. This is something that I enjoy. I like being able to cast a light into the darkness to bring a little bit of hobby positivity to all of you and make you feel good, and also enjoy playing games myself. As we do the final sign off here though, I do want to go ahead and switch on over and do the scroll of awesome to showcase all the Patreon supporters, the super supporters of the channel, to give them some recognition for helping support what I do. Thank you guys so much, and I will catch you guys next time.